Welcome to our deep dive into the world of love bombing. Have you ever found yourself swept off your feet by someone who seems too good to be true? Or perhaps you've noticed a pattern of overwhelming affection, followed by manipulation in your relationships. In this video, we'll uncover the insidious tactics of love bombing, explore the signs to watch out for, and equip you with expert-backed strategies to protect yourself and your loved ones. Get ready to embark on a journey toward healthier, more fulfilling relationships. Chapter 1. Understanding love bombing. Love bombing, the dark art of manipulation disguised as affection, is a phenomenon that can leave its victims emotionally drained and dependent on their abusers. In this chapter, we'll dissect the anatomy of love bombing, uncover its motivations, and shed light on how it sets the stage for toxic relationships. Love bombing is a calculated strategy used by manipulative individuals to gain control over their romantic targets. It involves showering the victim with excessive affection and attention in order to create a sense of dependency and emotional vulnerability. This can manifest in various forms, such as lavish gifts, constant praise, and declarations of undying love. The allure of love bombing lies in its ability to make the victim feel adored and cherished, often leading them to overlook warning signs of manipulation. However, beneath the surface lies a sinister agenda to exert power and control over the victim's emotions and actions. One of the key characteristics of love bombing is its intensity and speed. Unlike healthy relationships, where affection and intimacy develop gradually over time, love bombing accelerates the process, creating an artificial sense of closeness and connection. Another hallmark of love bombing is its cyclical nature. Manipulators often employ a tactic known as idealization devaluation discard, where they alternate between showering the victim with affection and devaluing them through criticism, manipulation, or withdrawal. This cycle serves to keep the victim emotionally off balance and dependent on the manipulator for validation and approval. Understanding the psychology behind love bombing is crucial for recognizing and resisting its influence. By acknowledging the true motives behind the excessive affection and attention, victims can begin to reclaim their autonomy and break free from the cycle of manipulation. Chapter 2. Signs of love bombing. From extravagant gifts to constant praise, love bombers employ a myriad of tactics to ensnare their targets. In this chapter, we'll arm you with the knowledge to recognize the red flags of love bombing, empowering you to distinguish between genuine affection and manipulation. Excessive flattery is one of the most common signs of love bombing. Manipulators will go to great lengths to praise their victims, often exaggerating their virtues and qualities in order to elicit a positive response. Extravagant gift-giving is another hallmark of love bombing. Manipulators use material possessions as a means of exerting control and influence over their victims, often showering them with expensive gifts as a way of cementing their attachment. Extreme declarations of love are a telltale sign of love bombing. Manipulators will profess their undying love and devotion to their victims, often in a short period of time, in an effort to create an intense emotional bond. Constant contact via texts and phone calls is a common tactic used by love bombers to maintain control over their victims. Manipulators will bombard their victims with messages and calls, making it difficult for them to escape their influence. Claims that you should rush to commit right away are a red flag of love bombing. Manipulators will pressure their victims into making hasty decisions about the relationship, often using tactics such as ultimatums or threats to coerce compliance. Overwhelming emotional neediness is another sign of love bombing. Manipulators will feign vulnerability and dependence in order to elicit sympathy and support from their victims, further solidifying their control over them. A refusal to accept boundaries is a final indicator of love bombing. Manipulators will disregard their victims' wishes and boundaries, often dismissing them as unimportant or unreasonable in order to maintain their dominance. By familiarizing yourself with these signs, you can better protect yourself from falling prey to the manipulative tactics of love bombers. Chapter 3. Protecting yourself from love bombing. Setting boundaries is key to safeguarding yourself from the clutches of a love bomber. In this chapter, we'll explore practical strategies to assert your independence, communicate your needs, and establish healthy relationship dynamics. Establishing boundaries is the first step in protecting yourself from love bombing. Clearly communicate your expectations and limits to your partner, and be firm in enforcing them. Remember that you have the right to say no and to prioritize your own well-being. Trust your instincts and listen to your gut feelings. If something feels off or too good to be true, don't ignore it. Pay attention to any inconsistencies or discrepancies in your partner's behavior, and don't hesitate to address them. Take things slow and don't rush into commitment. Healthy relationships develop over time, and it's important to give yourself space to assess the situation and evaluate your feelings. Don't feel pressured to make decisions or declarations of love before you're ready. Seek support from friends, family, or a therapist if you're feeling overwhelmed or unsure. Having a support network can provide you with perspective and validation, helping you to navigate the complexities of love bombing and emotional manipulation. Remember that you deserve to be treated with respect and dignity in your relationships. Don't settle for anything less than genuine love and affection, and don't be afraid to walk away from a situation that doesn't feel right. Chapter 4. Breaking the Cycle. Overcoming love bombing. But what if you find yourself on the other side of the equation? In this final chapter, we'll offer guidance on overcoming toxic patterns and cultivating authentic connections based on mutual respect and understanding. If you recognize that you have a tendency toward love bombing, it's important to take responsibility for your actions and work towards change. Seek therapy or counseling to address any underlying issues or insecurities that may be driving your behavior, and commit to practicing healthier relationship habits. Learn to communicate openly and honestly with your partner. Express your needs and desires clearly, and be receptive to feedback and criticism. Remember that healthy relationships are built on trust, respect, and mutual understanding. Focus on building genuine connections based on mutual respect and empathy. Take the time to get to know your partner as an individual and prioritize their emotional well-being as well as your own. Avoid using manipulation or coercion to get what you want, and strive to create a relationship built on equality and reciprocity. Conclusion. As we bring our journey to a close, remember that knowledge is your greatest weapon against love bombing. By arming yourself with awareness and implementing the strategies outlined in this video, you can navigate the murky waters of relationships with confidence and clarity. Together, let's dismantle the facade of love bombing and pave the way toward genuine, sustainable love. Thank you for joining us on this transformative exploration. Until next time, stay empowered and love consciously.